Hello everyone, it's Jackie
and Anna, and we're creative marketing consultants and the brains behind Hire AS.
Yeah, we're using our lessons that we've learned working at different agencies and marketing departments to help businesses like yours make an impact.
And this is Dipworthy, our podcast about marketing and how you can apply it to your business.
Yeah, we provide bite-sized marketing insights so you can dip your toes into the strange world of marketing without drowning in it. We don't want that. No bueno.
No drowning.
No.
All right, so most important part of any episode, what are we dipping?
Ooh, well, before we do that, I want to give a little shout out.
Go ahead.
Okay. So I am sporting because, I think it's important to use the spaces that we're in, the platforms that we're in, to elevate other entrepreneurs.
Totally.
One of the big reasons why we even started Dipworthy was so that we can connect with more entrepreneurs, more accessibility to them. And I want to give a shout out to Kevin from the County Project. I'm wearing the hoodie to have. It says Condado, so county, but there's an orange right here, so Orange County. He has an apparel company. It's not just an apparel company, it's really a company that's rooted in community and connection, and we're all about that. So just a shout out, we'll leave his information in the description, so you can go check him out. But yeah, I think, I feel really cozy in this, and so I just wanted
You look cozy.
Oh.
She's never let me borrow it. She's like, this is my jacket.
Wow. Well, we have, I will share, we have communal sweatshirts. All right.
It's one.
There's one now, but I felt like there was a couple. Wait, is there just the one?
It's just the one.
Oh my God. Here I thought we had like several.
No.
Whoa.
She thinks it's communal, but they're usually just my clothes that she's wearing.
Okay. Anyways, let's move on, shall we? Okay. What are we dipping into today, Anna?
So this is from another one of our loyal listeners. She recommended.
Do you gonna tell who they are? Who she is?
It's my sister.
Her sister's so awesome. She commutes sometimes for work, and so she sends us screenshots that she's like listening to our podcast on a regular basis, and we just appreciate you. It means a lot to us, y'all who see us and who are tuning in. And
go Nancy.
So Nancy brought this to our attention.
She recommended pita chips. Can't go wrong with that.
So I will say, because I know Nancy will notice, these are not.
She will.
These are not the exact ones that she had recommended, and I don't know if that's gonna. We gotta. Anyways.
Why are you nervous?
Because here's the thing. I was at Sprouts, and these were the only ones that were close to what she had mentioned, which were the original pita chips. These are original. She had mentioned the Mediterranean ones, but there were none that were like that. There was one that was like sesame seed, but I was like, eh. So anyways, I don't know if this is going to change anything, but if you're listening and you have the opportunity to get the Mediterranean pita chips, go for it. Okay.
And we are dipping it in cilantro chili bitchin' sauce.
Which I've been wanting to try this one forever, and so I'm glad but because of you've never really been open to this one, so now we get to finally try it.
And you know what else? For those that saw our last episode, I did not open this beforehand and eat it. So this is a fresh container.
Thank you for that. You want to go ahead and open it? Oh no, let's do the Dipworthy. You have to share the insight, and then we can get into it. Okay. And we'll drop it. Drop it, Anna.
Well, what do you got, huh?
What do I got? Okay.
What do you got?
All right. Okay, so, our lens, of course, is like, how do we take some of these marketing insights and make them something that a small business owner who may not have all the resources and time like bigger companies may have. Big companies, even agencies, right? They have a team dedicated, so they can do, different things, different efforts when it comes to marketing. And one of the things that bigger companies have is they have teams that work on different platforms. But as a small business owner, your time is limited. Mm-hmm. And then that's one of the things that a lot of people get kind of nervous about or stressed out is like, if they feel like they're doing enough, if they have activity on all the platforms.
And are they on the right platform?
Are they on the right ones? So my insight today is how to identify which platforms to be on and how to go about that. So it really comes down to two things. It comes down to who your target audience is, right? Who your clients are, and where are they? Where are they connecting online, right? And what is your capacity as far as how much time you can dedicate to said platforms, plural, potentially. So one example would be, I would say if you're a business who's, for example, helping Gen Z, like you're helping really young people with a product, right? It's probably likely to build your following on TikTok because that's, if you look at
where the Gen Zs
that's
are.
where the Gen Zs are. The Gen Zs are also on Instagram. They're not really on Facebook, so definitely don't be on Facebook. Now, it doesn't hurt to have your name saved on all of the platforms because you don't want somebody else to take your name. So that's something different. Now, as far as being like active, focus on TikTok. Something else to consider when we're talking about the target audience is your sales.
Okay.
So yes, it's possible that Gen Z are the ones who are your direct consumer, but it's possible that there's other layers of avenues to get more reach with that group of people, that pool of people. So let's say like a university, right? So for an example.
I see the layers.
Maybe those people that say yes to maybe access to going to one of their events with a lot of Gen Z people, they're maybe not on TikTok or getting those sort of inquiries, but they're maybe on LinkedIn. And so when you're on LinkedIn, am I telling you go ahead and post crazy on LinkedIn? No, not necessarily. You could use one platform to post and connect and build awareness and use another platform to network, right? So maybe you're finding certain people at universities and you're DMing them, So I think there's different ways to be better with your time, which leads me to that number 2, your capacity. What is your time? I think first thing you have to figure out is how much time do you have to work on your marketing on a weekly basis, right? And then you got to figure out how long it takes you to create a post. But thankfully, thanks to strategy, this is where like our world comes into play, is if you have a strategy in mind, a guide of like what you're going to post, the time it takes you to create that post shouldn't take you that much time because you already know your why, your who, etc. So nowadays, as we've mentioned many times, if you have some photos, some B-roll, you can create some pretty cool content with just using those assets and working on your message and all that stuff. So once you figured out, who your target audience is, how much time you have,
Okay.
and you do what you can, right? I think I learned this in a recent webinar, by the way, when it comes to finances, is once you start making some profit, then you can use that money to invest in more support from a marketing perspective. But if you don't have that right now, these are some easy, tangible ways to move that needle for you.
Okay. So
what do you think?
So to summarize,
she loves to do this, by the way.
Or rather, my interpretation of it is, if you're asking yourself, what platform should I be on? A good way to kind of figure that out is figure out who you're talking to. And once you figure out who you're talking to, if there are multiple platforms, do you yourself have time to be on those platforms? Right? And then another little tidbit that she mentioned was, once you figure out who you're talking to, also figure out the spaces that these people exist in and who can lead you to them. Case in point, her university being a gateway to Gen Z audience.
Wow, she's like my AI. What is it? The one you're doing in Zoom meetings? It's that email they send to you afterwards, like summarizing.
I'm twice as expensive.
Wow, whatever.
I'm twice as expensive and half as accurate.
Not true. So
I think that's pretty dip-worthy.
All right. Shall we? Go ahead. I'll ASMR you.
Okay.
I'll ASMR you.
It would be my pleasure.
Drop the mic, babe. I want to smell.
They look really airy.
That's good. That's a good thing.
Yeah. Okay. Usually when I think of pita chips, I think of like the thicker, bready ones.
Yeah, these are airy.
Yeah.
We're on a dieta. Just kidding. All right. I'm confirming she has not opened it.
I have not opened it. Oh, I got that. It's very gooey.
Gooey. Wowza. Be careful. All right, go for it.
All right. No, here, dip. We're gonna dip simultaneously,
together?
and then we'll eat it. Good luck. If this is
Good
gross,
luck. Nancy, we'll let you know.
we'll let you know.
Okay.
Tell your mom.
Don't tell your mom. Tell your dad. You go first.
I like that.
What do you like about it?
Well, I like the sauce. I will say it doesn't taste too different from like the original one, right? I thought
That's what I was gonna say.
That thought it'd be more of a difference, but I really like the original one, so it's fine. Can't go wrong with a pita chip. So I think this is a good tip-worthy combo.
Okay.
Wow, Nancy.
Well, hang on. It's not a Nancy thing. I think it's more of a bitchin' sauce thing. I was really anticipating, because I love cilantro. And I love like the cilantro sauce at a kebab shop. And I was just expecting a little more. It reminded me, like you said, it tasted too much like the original one.
Maybe you got to put more sauce on it.
Should we dip it again?
Dip it with a little extra sauce on this one.
All right.
Or you know what? Mix it up a little bit. Maybe.
Oh, okay.
Maybe.
Yeah, that's true. Maybe mix
settled.
it up.
I don't know.
Okay, let's see. Okay. But I'm glad, Nancy, that you finally helped us like try the cilantro one, because it's been on my bucket list. Nope, still tastes like the still tastes like the original one. No, but it's not bad. It's good. I do like these chips. Okay. All right.
Well, the people at Bitchin' Sauce, explain yourself.
You calling them out? Should we tag them? All right. Bitchin' Sauce.
Wait, I got a little cilantro aftertaste.
But it should. Why does it happen at the when you've already been? No.
like-
You're right. Bitchin' Sauce. Explain yourself.
It's like cilantro was in the room with us, but I never got to see him.
But how sad.
I know. When I was promised cilantro.
How sad. Okay. You know what we should do? We should go to kebab shop and grab some of those sauces and bring them home and dip them for the next one.
I guess get some pita and.
Okay, just on something. Okay. All right. Okay, now you go. What's your insight?
Well, since we're let's make sure both insights kind of like speak to one another. So we're talking about what platforms should you be on. Another kind of thing that people always ask us, or that's on their mind, is what do I post on each platform, right? And if you're at a point where you need to pick and choose platforms, then repurposing content becomes very, very important.
What do you mean by repurposing content?
What I mean by that is using something that you made for one platform on another platform. For instance, something that we do, we're mostly active on Instagram. TikTok, we're on there every now and then.
We're on our way.
We're on our way, right?
But like my insight, what is our capacity?
Yeah, our capacity just at this time doesn't allow for us to be full-fledged into TikTok, because it requires a slightly different attention than Instagram.
And our audience is on Instagram.
Yeah, most of our audience is on Instagram.
We love our millennials. Yeah.
Don't date us. We're cool. We're hip.
You think we look younger than a millennial?
No. We're like millennials through and through.
All right.
So repurposing content. So what we do is we take content from one platform and use it slightly differently in another platform to make it go longer. So for instance, we'll create a small bite out of this conversation, right? And the super will say one thing on Instagram. And then when we if we post it on TikTok, it'll be the same video, but the super will be different.
Why is it different?
To kind of tell a different story, right? So that's the point of repurposing is you take one thing and break it up differently or kind of arrange it differently so it could tell a different story.
And it's possible, like for us with that in particular example, it reminds me of like with Instagram, we've already sort of built this built-in audience. And so we want to make sure that we are like continuing that vibe. Whereas in TikTok, we're still kind of growing. And so we don't have to be as like, if you know, we can be, we can change it up. So that like that text on the video can be, slightly different because of that, right? Because each platform has its own sort of vibe, its own kind of people that are on there.
Its own,
reminds me of that.
Was it amount of work that you need to put in, right? And it's also another way to work smarter, not harder, basically. For instance, if we had like blogs, like written blogs, then maybe we can take pieces of those blogs, excerpts, and put them on LinkedIn, right? Or if we have a static post on Instagram, maybe we can reuse that same post on LinkedIn with slightly different copy. Again, creating one thing that we've already created once and using it so it has different lives and just tells different stories across different platforms.
I love that. Yeah.
Yeah, it's an old marketing content trick, repurposing, right?
Yeah. And even it reminds me of this idea of repurposing. It also reminds me of like when, for example, if you've gone out and like filmed stuff, like whether you're at an event or you have B-roll somewhere, you can repurpose that content, right? You can create that you can make all kinds of posts with using that same kind of content.
Like one thing that we like to do is, we're always recording when we're out and about, and then at the end of the year, all that content can now be kind of like our like our review or like year in the life, end of the year thing. And it's not new content, it's just content that people might have already seen in some capacity. We're just giving it a new life by telling you a different story with it.
Yeah. But I will say, you don't have to wait till the end of the year, right? Like, I think we had shot a couple episodes a couple months ago, and I actually filmed it on my phone. And I haven't repurposed it yet, but I'm building my media library, right? Like I'm building videos, a library with videos where I can go back and easily tell a story, whether it's through VO or through text. And the only reason I know that that's valuable is because I have a strategy, right? And so part of our strategy is the dynamic that we have together and all that stuff. So again, that strategy really does help to kind of is a domino effect with how to utilize your time and the resources and all that good stuff.
Wow, strategy must be really important. I wonder if there's
any marketing strategies out there
people that can help a business with their strategy.
Oh my God, who would you hire?
Maybe Ayas, hire Ayas.
Maybe hire Ayas. I still gotta get used to that, by the way, because we have a dear friend who's always good about like being like hire Ayas, and I'm like, and I feel like imposter syndrome, but this year I'm trying to be more like, hire Ayas, like, that's, yes.
Let's do it.
I mean, that is part of the reason why we thought it would be a fun name for that reason too, so we gotta use it.
Why not?
Repurpose
it.
Yeah, ooh. Okay, it's time for...
So do you think that was dip worthy? You ready to go back to non-cilantro sauce?
Yeah, let's see if we can taste that cilantro.
All right.
And we don't have to wait like after you eat it to taste it.
So maybe it's like wine. Maybe you gotta like swish it around your mouth.
Maybe.
Let it sit.
Should we do that? Be like,
well, yeah, do well.
It's gotta. Okay. Cheers.
Cheers.
Great dip worthy indeed. I'm picking up the original pigeon sauce. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Yeah. You?
Yeah, that's accurate.
Ooh.
Oh, what was that? The lime part?
A little bit. Got like the back of my throat there. Well, Nancy, thank you so much. Let's give her credit.
Thank you.
Now we know for a fact that cilantro bitchin sauce is just another way to say bitchin sauce.
Just green bitchin sauce. The regular flavor.
I don't know. I'm not disappointed at you, Nancy. I'm disappointed at Bitch and Sauce. We gotta tag them in.
Yeah, we gotta ask some questions.
Like, what's going on with the R&D?
Well, I think this was, regardless, good combo, good insights.
Yep.
Thank you all for listening.
Yeah.
Please,
And if you have any,
please share. Go on.
you want me to do it?
Yeah, you do it. You do
Okay.
it.
Yeah. If you like Nancy have found a combo that you think we should dip into, please.
Another flavor of bitch and sauce.
No more Bitch and Sauce. Please send us a DM, email us. You know the drill. Or if there's if there's a different sort of topic that you want us to explore, please let us know. And don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. If you've gotten this far in the
You
podcast,
should be subscribed.
I think if you've gotten this far in the podcast,
If
you would have
you're
subscribed.
this committed, if you're on episode
It's gonna be 7.
7 with us, then yeah, commit already. Jeez.
Commit.
Gosh.
Commit.
Well,
What makes you commit to a podcast?
I actually don't listen to podcasts that much.
You don't listen to any?
No. The last podcast I listened to was that Serial podcast from NPR.
You mean from like 10 years ago?
Yeah.
Okay, never mind. Wrong person to ask. For me, it's like, is it something that I feel like I can listen to when I'm like on a walk or if I'm on a drive? Like, am I going to learn something? Am I going to see something differently? I think that all adds up here. So
Okay. I think we offer a little bit of all that.
I think so.
Great.
All right. Well, until the next one. Cheers.
Until the next one.
I'm throwing this out. Just kidding.